Hey, my name's Mark Fletcher. I'm the owner of Tower Systems. One of the things I love about my job is that I get to see lots of different retail situations. It's the 18th of January, 2023. I've just got back from the US where I was in New York looking at some pretty interesting retail. I was actually looking at some very specific types of stores. And while I was out on the street, I happened to come across this business. And I want to share the details with you and tell you what's exciting about this particular business. It's a shop called Reddy, and it's located down in Soho on Prince Street. And I saw this and I thought, gee, that looks just like a pet shop. And my software company creates software for pet shops. So I thought, I'll go in and have a look at what Reddy and see what it's about. Honestly, I'd never heard anything about this before I went in. So this is what I saw as I walked across Prince Street and saw the entrance to the shop. Just inside is this sign, Welcome to Reddy, a place to prepare before your next big adventure together, with gear that's stylish for the city, rugged for the trails, and sustainable for the planet. You know, this is music to my ears. It's a really, really cool story for pet owners and pet lovers. Inside Reddy, it is retail perfection. You know, as you walk in the front door, you're presented with this display, which is pyramid in style, which is what it should be in point of sale, in retail, sorry. It's engaging, it's fun. You've got the plush dogs there that are making it look active and enjoyable. And then looking from the back of that display out, it's also equally interesting. Up on the wall, you've got different textures, displaying products in a very professional way. And you've got these dog toys that are created into this mobile hanging from the ceiling. It's just so much fun. Each of the displays, items are brought together to be color coordinated so that the shopper who's interested in a particular style or a particular theme can shop deeply into that style or theme. And then you've got, as you head towards the counter, you've got a broader range of products that you can see available from within the business. Again, very appealing, and mixed in with those are toys and treats that dogs can enjoy. The windows are used very effectively, with dogs facing out the window, out onto the street, and really looking like they're interested in what's going on outside. And they've got these situated in a number of situations in the Reddy store. Here you've got something as simple as a water bottle with this dog situated there, the dog standing on a box. People look at that and say, oh, isn't that so cute? And it's that emotional connection they're really trying to drive in this retail situation. What I thought was really fascinating was the fact that they have these sections where they've got color coordinated product. So here you've got this particular range, and you know they're deep into this sort of color scheme, and then you've got a slightly different color scheme for the same products, and then a different color scheme. It's actually pinker than what it comes up on the screen there. So you've got those three things placed next to each other so people can easily purchase the color scheme that they're interested in and really deck out their dog and themselves in a way that fits with the color coordination they're interested in. You can also go into more on trend kind of designs. So you can play with the designs like up in the top corner here, the kind of lightning bolt type look, really well presented, very shoppable. And it's really, you know, when you're there looking at the items, they're really pitching a number of items to you. So you're not just going to buy a single thing from this business. You know, you've got the usual items like the collars and the bandanas. You see those everywhere, but Reddy goes a lot further than that and offers a much deeper range. The actual shopping experience itself is enjoyable. You know, throughout the stores, you've got places where you can just sit and enjoy being with your dog and enjoy kind of while the dog's shopping or someone else is shopping with the dog. It's a really enjoyable retail situation. So you've got these chairs dotted around, and they're using dogs, again, plush dogs, to kind of make them a fun environment. Really terrific to see, a very, very different and engaging. Here's a close-up on that kind of lightning bolt look. And let's say that was a trend that you were interested in for this particular season. You've got 4 or 5 items you can buy to fit within that trend. And, you know, that's what Reddy's going for. They're going for the millennial pet owner. And I know that because I actually did a little bit of reading. I'll get to that in a moment, but did a little bit of reading into how the brand was developed. And they're really chasing that millennial pet owner. They're chasing the person who loves experiential retail, who really wants to dive deep into a retail situation. And it's about helping the pet owner feel really satisfied and happy with how they're engaging with their pet in this kind of fashion and function type situation of what Reddy is offering from within their business. They've got the everyday stuff too, like food bowls and things like that, to make sure that they're covering traditional pet shop type needs. And they've got a nutrition area. They've got fridges and fridges and fridges of this fresh food. They've got this particular range here for a very specific dietary need, and they've got other ranges for other dietary needs as well. And it just shows that Reddy is not just about fashion and function, but it's also about health for the pets too. Also, near the counter is this kind of fitting area. And so you can bring your dog along, it can hop up here on the stage, and you can fit the dog with whatever outfits you're looking to purchase. This is also very Instagram ready. So your pets can be photographed there and you can post them on Instagram. They really encourage that. See, they've got the hashtag on the back, really makes it an enjoyable situation. And they've got a wall here of pets. And this is what shows the shop as being connected to the pet lover community, because people are really gladly placing their photos up there. They've got cameras in the store. They can photograph this content themselves and load it, and they do it willingly with the pet owners. And it shows this connection that I think is really interesting. From the outside of the shop, when you look in, window after window after window very much fits with the story of what Reddy's about. This story about being, again, for the millennial pet owner, and providing experiences that pet owners really feel proud to engage with. Inside the shop, I should have mentioned too, they offer monogramming of products and personalizing dog tags and things like that. So there are ways that they're engaging with the shopper in a very practical sense that is most interesting. Their website has got an incredible array that very much backs up what you see in the retail store situation. But as I said at the start of this video, I didn't go to New York to look at Reddy. I went to New York to look at a whole bunch of other retail situations, which I really enjoyed doing. And I stepped into Reddy just because I'm walking past it on Prince Street and I think, oh, that looks interesting. So while I was in there, I happened to make a purchase. And it's only when I got outside and I had a look in the bag that I really came to a realization that shocked me. Because the bag was the first indication that I had that Reddy was connected to Petco. Because everything that I saw in store, nothing connected it to Petco at all. Now, that's not necessarily deliberate on their part. I know a bit about Petco. They're a big company. And so the situation is that, and I'll just stop sharing the screen there for a moment. The situation is that Petco is a massive, massive US pet business. In March 2022, they released their financials for the previous 12 months, and they did $5.8 billion US in revenue. Back a few years ago, when they bought Chewy.com, they paid $3.3 billion US to buy that incredibly successful online business. So Petco is this massive company. And, when I was in Reddy, I even spoke to one of the people working there and I said, this is a really, really cool business. And I said, it feels really exciting. And the conversation I had with them gave me the feeling that they were an owner or a part owner of the business. It was kind of on that level. They didn't do anything to correct anything that I said. And I talked about decisions they've made in the store from a retailer perspective and how good those decisions were. And they were really proud of that and excited and grateful for the positive feedback. But again, it was only when I got outside that I opened the bag and I saw the Petco branding. So I got online to do some research. And of course, I'm stupid because, Reddy was launched in late 2021. There was a bit of US news coverage about it. It certainly hadn't reached my radar of knowledge here in Australia. And maybe that's just ignorance on my part. I don't know. I should have done more research. But when I was in this shop, and I guess this is kind of the shock for me, when I was in this shop, I felt as if I was in a very innovative retail situation, which it is, for sure. It's really innovative. They're using professional, current retail techniques and visual merchandising and product engagement strategies that I see in other really good retail settings for homewares and gifts and toys and things like that. Really innovative retail. And, I wouldn't have thought that a company like Petco, that's a multi-billion-dollar massive conglomerate, was capable of doing that. And yet here they are. Because Reddy, to me, felt like it had come out of an indie small business retail mindset, with some financial backing, of course, but it didn't feel like a big business solution. And I think that's the shock, because the fact that Petco have done this and really landed it so well tells me that, retail is incredibly competitive down at that street level, that local retail street level on Prince Street in Soho in New York. So much so that if you were a local pet shop competing with them, you'd probably feel challenged by what they're doing at Reddy, because it's a really good experience. It's really good retail, exciting retail, enjoyable retail, fun. The staff were so engaged, and they made shopping there so much fun. I spent, 25 minutes, 30 minutes in the shop completely unexpectedly. I had a busy schedule that day and was really happy to be in the shop because I was learning so much about retailing to pet owners. So if you're in the pet shop business, I'd say, and if you happen to be in New York, I'd say, go have a look at Reddy. It's really worth seeing. But if you're in any sort of retail situation, go have a look at Reddy, because I think it's really worth seeing on that level as well. I picked up some really cool ideas from them. I think their execution is excellent. I'm so glad that I got to see it. Frustrated that it's a massive multi-billion-dollar company, I guess primarily because in my world, everything that I'm focused on with retail through Tower Systems and everything else that I'm involved with is all about local, independent, small business retail, because I think that's vitally important for our local communities. But kudos to the people at Petco who've done this. I think they've done an excellent job. It's an excellent business. It's well worth seeing. I'm really glad I got to see it. Kind of feel a bit stupid for not knowing about it beforehand. But hey, we all make mistakes, I guess. So yeah, Reddy, that's my Reddy story. It's a great shop, well worth visiting. Yes, I did spend some money there, very happy to. And I know one dog that's going to look pretty slick going out on the streets here in Melbourne in the next few weeks. Thanks for watching.